Abinash Verma, Director General at ISMA, is now joining us on a phone line. Sir, if you could first start by prices of sugar. They continue to hover around 35 rupees a kg?
Yes, it would be around 34.5 to 35 rupees a kg. Yes, at the middle gate.
Right. And at these levels, are most of these sugar companies quite profitable?
Yes, it is. If you ask me, the all India average cost of production of sugar would be around 33 rupees. So therefore, depending on their debt burden, I think most of them should be making a margin here.
You know, this time around, do you think there is a difference in how these sugar companies are approaching, because they are not as aggressive as they were earlier when the rally earlier started on the upside?
I don't know what exactly you're hinting at.
No, so, you know, most of these companies did a lot of acquisition. Most of the companies took a lot of debt and they were very, very aggressive. This time around, they are quite careful and they are quite clear how they want to pay back their debt if prices are at these levels. So the strategy has changed. They have become less risk-taking.
I think I'll answer that in two parts. First of all, this good year has come after about 2 to 3 bad years. And therefore, a lot of sugar companies still under bad financial stress. Secondly, generally, if you see that this lower production which is expected this year and next year, that's more because of weather concerns. So with a very good monsoon this year, we might see a very good production in the year thereafter. That means 16-17 sugar season might be a bumper crop, and therefore people are generally very cautious.
Right. You know, how would you look at the global situation of sugar supply? You think still, the prices are expected to remain at these levels?
See, this sugar season's global supply is expected to be in the deficit of almost about 6 million tons. And this deficit is coming after about 3 to 4 years of surplus sugar production world over. Experts are also feeling that next sugar season, which is starting from October 2016, that means 16-17 sugar season, also might be a deficit of around 6 million tons world over. What has also happened in Brazil is the Brazilian sugar harvest has started, but there has been some extra rainfall in Brazil, because of which the harvest is not as good as it was expected. Similarly, the exports out of Brazil, because of the heavy rainfall, is also not moving as much as one was expecting. Because of all these reasons, the global prices are up, and one is expecting it to be up next year also.
Right. As far as prices are concerned, generally when a sugar rally starts, it tends to stay for 2-3 years, as in the overall pricing cycle?
See, we used to have this infamous sugar production cycle in India, where we used to have 3 to 4 years of good production, and then after that 2 to 3 years of lower production. That is why what you are suggesting, it used to be a very regular phenomenon. Every 2 to 3 years we used to have this good sugar prices and then bad sugar prices because of surplus sugar. But because the sugarcane prices have been increased quite drastically in the last about 4-5 years, the sugar cane is giving much better returns to the farmers as compared to any other crop. And therefore, even though the farmers have not got timely sugar cane prices in the last 2 to 3 years, they have not left sugar cane unless there has been a weather concern. Therefore, we have seen 6 years of continuous surplus sugar production. The rally which has come about now, it's more due to lower production, which in turn is due to weather concerns, lower rainfall or drought-like conditions in Maharashtra and Karnataka. But once that weather concern is sorted out and there is good rainfall, the production might be back to normal, or might be a surplus sugar production in the 17-18 sugar season. So the rally might be there for a year, year and a half, but I don't expect it to continue very long as in the previous sugar cycles.
Right. So, for about 12 months back, or maybe about 18 months back, if we would have had a chat, the health of sugar companies were not that great. Now, with prices being here on, assuming that for the next 6-8 months, prices are at similar levels, a lot of debt would be repaid, or at least the ability of these companies would improve quite a bit.
I totally agree with you there. Yes.
Right. Avinash, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Always a pleasure.